Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Point of View. Coming up on today's show, we're diving into stories you won't believe. Parents facing jail time and even child protective services investigations for things many of us grew up thinking was completely normal. Times have definitely changed, and just wait until you hear the stories we've got lined up. And of course, we've got plenty more hot topics you don't want to miss, as Natalia,
Hey.
Danielle,
Yeah.
and Ree.
Hey.
That's right. And I'm Raquel. All right, we're all here ready to break it all down right here at this table. So pull up a seat, join the discussion. You're watching POV. So we came across this story on social media. In Atlanta, a 6-year-old rode his electric scooter alone to a playground just a few blocks from his home. Something parents say he's done safely many times before. But after a stranger reported him as unsupervised, child services stepped in and initially ruled the situation as neglect. The state later cleared the parents, but the records still exist, and the family says it could affect their future parenting choices.
That's sad. I feel like I have two separate, I don't know, I'm kind of torn in between the two because it's like, okay, back in the days, you know, when we were growing up, of course you can ride your bike to the park, you can do all of that nature, but now it's a different world. Mm-hmm. And he don't even look 6, he looked like 4. So I see why the nosy neighbor might have called on her, but at the same time to have this on the record when he is 6, but again, I still go back to this is a different world.
Yeah.
No, it's too dangerous.
I feel like
As a parent.
It's dramatic to me. Now, I would not let my 6-year-old go to the park on their own.
Okay.
But for one, this does look like an affluent neighborhood.
Yeah.
And, you know, we try to pick places that are safe for our children. The parents did say that they had some friends that were meeting their son at the park, and it was maybe like a quarter of a mile away. But my issue with it is that, you know, for a neighbor or a passerby to call child protective services on the kid, one, it's weird because the mom was saying that someone stopped the kid and asked him where he lived. First of all, baby, the kid couldn't have been getting to the park safely, and you trusted him if he gonna tell a stranger in the car which house he stay at first and foremost. That's where I was exactly. But on the other hand, I feel like no one is calling and, you know, saying that these children are unsupervised when there's 4, 5, and 6-year-olds every single day walking in all kinds of neighborhoods to school on their own. So I feel like if it's not an issue for these children to be walking to school on their own, it shouldn't be an issue if his parents deemed that he was more than capable of getting to the park. Now, my baby ain't going to the park by themselves.
Yeah.
Right. I think the thing is, like Ree said, like it was almost like acceptable. It was nothing back in the day, but now like times have really changed. Like it's so unsafe, and like yes, the park was closed, but anything could have happened on the way to the park. So yes, you had friends at the park there, but anything could have happened while he was on his way to the park. He could have got snatched up, like literally anything, and that would be my concern.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like times have changed though. I'm sorry.
I feel like it's gotten worse though. Like it's certain, like especially from I mean, they were always here like pedophiles and, you know, kidnappers, all kinds of stuff like that. But I just feel like it's just OD now.
It is. I would agree with that. Yeah, the trafficking and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know if y'all grew up watching Lifetime and stuff like that. I feel like every other day on the news and Lifetime, it was a movie about a kid on a bike going to the friend house, and they never made it. And the neighbor had him in the backyard, in the dungeon under the house, all kind of places.
So you talking about walking in, it'd be your next door neighbor.
Exactly. Honey, where you at with it, Raquel?
Dope.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm on the same page. Well, this is what the problem was for me. Because if he has done this many times safely, but he gave the address to someone. Who was that? He did not know them. Stranger danger. Didn't we talk about this the other day? We talked about it virtually. We talked about it physically. Stranger danger. And if he was willing to give that stranger their address, his address, that's a problem for me.
And then to him, he probably felt like that they were trying to get him in trouble. And he probably like, no, I live right there. My mom sent me to the park type of deal.
Yeah, it could've
but the
been
whole
that.
time, baby, you don't know who you
Yeah,
got.
I don't like it.
This is too much.
And then they could also be saying, you know, if someone's asking you on your way to the park and you tell them where your mama at, they probably thinking, well, the kid ain't home, so if we want to go in there and rob them, we
Right.
gonna have to kill the kid.
Right.
I mean, you know, my brain is all over the place, but this is very plausible.
And
Yeah.
then you know how they say the kidnappers tell them, like, do you want some candy? First of all, when a stranger say anything, you don't say nothing. You just keep riding that
Right.
scooter. You,
Like,
you make a U-turn and come back home.
Right.
Like, what?
That's how I felt. But I also felt he's 6 years old.
Yeah.
That's really young.
that's
I
really
wouldn't
young.
do that.
Like-
but if his parents felt that it was okay, then, you know, that's on the parents.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't like it. You're talking to people. That's the problem. So you haven't learned yet. You're 6 years old. But I do know kids older than that in New York, they would be like 8, 10 years old, and they're taking that subway to where they need to go. They're very independent by themselves. I was on Broadway doing a play, and this kid that was in the show, he would his parents would drop him off, but sometimes he'd have to meet them at their rehearsal. And then he'd get on that train and he was going to meet his parents, or he got himself to work in the morning by himself. My mom was with me all the time.
Right.
And
I
I
feel
was
like
16.
it's commendable, but to me, I really don't like that. And I feel like, you know, my grandmother or Jamaican people have this thing where they call it like forced ripe. You know what I'm saying? Like you're forcing a fruit to ripen on a tree.
Right.
And that's what I feel like that is when people make their kids too independent, too young. Like I know somebody, I ain't gonna call them names, but I know somebody that had a family member. And I remember once I became friends with this person, this little child in their family was about 6 or 7 years old, and I would see him driving down. I mean, if I'm passing through the hood, he on the hood going wherever it is that he needed to go. And then, you know, 12, 13, 14 years old, this same child was constantly locked up, you know, just different things because they felt like they were an adult and they could make decisions for themselves and they weren't making the right decisions. So I feel like ultimately, you know, keep children innocent as long as you can. And if both of the parents are in the house, why y'all ain't take them to the park?
Yeah,
Right.
that's kind of lazy.
Yeah.
And anything could have happened, and then what were you gonna do?
But he's done it many times. He knows how to get to the park and back. You know, there's adults there waiting for
All
him.
it takes is that one time when he
That
don't make it
one
to the
time.
park.
Just that one
Correct.
time
That's
to
what
be
I'm saying.
brokenhearted forever. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
and then it's over.
Well, we're going to move on. And speaking of how much parenting has changed, ooh, we've all heard the saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. Or maybe some of you practice gentle parenting or perhaps gentle discipline. Well, in this story, a second grade teacher, Randy Nicole Staples, was arrested after video surfaced showing her spanking, whooping her 12-year-old son. What some may call discipline, others see as abuse. Now she's facing child abuse charges, and it's sparking a big conversation about how much parenting has changed today. Where's the line between discipline and abuse in today's parenting?
I don't know, but did y'all just see the little dog? The little dog came out there like, baby, what's going on out there?
Yeah, but the dog
he go
also
back
came out
in?
there like, and he wasn't really alarmed. you know?
Right. Like, Mom, what's going on? He looking like that's what he get.
I want to know what he did.
Right.
Yes,
do.
correct.
That's what I want to know.
Because the 12-years that we know these days, they also
bad.
change. But how she is whipping, you know, if you're just looking, it looks very aggressive. It looks aggressive.
Yeah.
But
does.
by them stepping in saying like, oh, parents shouldn't whoop the kids and all of this. Now we have a whole generation that's off the chain.
Yeah.
Because you can't do nothing without them calling the people and you going to jail. So now a whole generation off the
Now,
chain.
How many times have we even looked at the videos here
Yeah.
of kids tearing up their parents' home because they couldn't
Yeah.
have their phone or whatever?
Yes.
And then we say, well, that's because, you know, they didn't crack down when they should have.
Correct.
Well, that's mama cracking down. Maybe he needed to crack down.
Now, for the record, I do believe in whoopings. I do feel like she was extra aggressive, but I have a question because
Okay.
I'm trying to understand. You know, I was reading through the comments.
Okay.
And it was a lot of us saying that was a normal beating. He'll be okay.
Right.
If that's the case, my mama need to be in jail. It was a lot of that. So do you feel like if this was a black mama and a black son, if the energy would still be the same as abuse and all of that?
Oh yes, I feel like
think
if it
so?
was,
Because I don't know.
if it was a black mom, same way she
Yeah.
would be in jail.
Yes.
Oh,
But I feel like even though we maybe identify or understand it.
I don't think it would be as well. I guess I should say I don't think it would be as a concern as it is. Like, oh my gosh,
no, it would.
No, it would.
Any way to paint us to be.
The concern would come from these new school children that don't even believe you have the right to hit them. First and foremost, I think they are reaching. I mean, a little bit. Okay, maybe it was a little bit aggressive. I mean, I guess it's what a whooping is supposed to be in the first place. You know, it's a reprimand, a redirect. But where I think she went wrong was when she kind of, grabbed his hair a little bit. Yeah. But to me, the whooping wasn't that bad because if you see, she wasn't out of control. She had that arm stiff, and she said, and she was going real fast.
22 licks, though.
The further you come from, the more it hurt. She kind of had a quick. It was quick. It wasn't that bad. I don't had plenty worse days than this.
What? 22 licks.
That's a lot.
You could have stopped at 10. I heard.
You
I got the message at 10.
She didn't even have his pants down. My mom would have stripped us naked. My mom would have ripped me out a pair of corduroys before I'm talking about holding at the seat.
Listen, we can't relate because we can't relate. I'm from the generation go outside in that backyard and pick your switch.
Yeah, my mom
generation.
Said something
So I don't know.
My grandma used to always say that, but I only got a whooping one time in my whole entire life. Though.
Can't relate.
Well, I can't say lucky you. They might have known what it took for you.
Yeah,
but I know. Yeah. I'm grateful for the whoopings that I got in hindsight.
They build character.
At the time, I hated my mom. I love her now. But it's because I grew up and I seen a lot of people who didn't get whoopings, and I was like, baby, I could never.
And I mean, some kids need a little more than others.
My mom just had to give me the look.
That's my
like,
you was a good one then.
And I'd be like,
I will say I respect her for using the belt because some of our generation have got whooped with extension cords. Somebody said a racetrack. What's the little things where you build the racetrack? Yes. They got whooped with that. I done heard some stories.
I ain't even my mama out there like that. I'm healed. I forgive and I release others.
Well, I'm like you, Ree. I may have gotten like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But all I had to do was get the look. I go to sleep.
Right. Exactly.
Bed was good for me.
I literally got a whooping because I was hiding in the clothes at dealers. Oh, that's what I do.
We all got one of them.
Like, that's what I do.
That was a Blackish episode.
We all got one of them.
Do you think her being a teacher has any effect on this whooping? Like, do you think that, is she doing this to other? Do you think that is like having some light shed on her because she is a teacher?
No, she just got Teacher of the Year last year. I do not believe that she was being harsh or harmful or anything to those kids. Now, if we look at this lady, does she look like someone that whoops her children? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and listen, and rightfully so. She looked like she don't play the radio. And that boy, I really hope that he go and testify on his mom's behalf on why she should be let.
He probably still mad. He's still mad.
Well, I hope whatever he did, he learned not to do that again.
Right.
I want to know what he did.
Right. It's the fact, like you said, I'm glad that she had the belt though, because I've seen videos where the parents have been like punching them and stuff. That's why I draw the line. Punching me and cussing me out like a dog. Yeah, that's where we have a problem. I don't like that when I see that with kids. I don't even like when they cuss the child out. I have a huge problem with that. I'd rather them beat them with the belt than cuss them out and talk to them like that.
I want to know who was recording, honey, because her house has been infiltrated.
Yes.
Don't ever let them back in.
I'm telling you, baby, they got to go. Before she get home, whoever that was, honey,
honestly, that's who she should have got the belt on.
Exactly.
So gentle parenting we obviously know this is not gentle parenting, but can it be effective?
It depends on your child, I feel like.
Depends on a child.
Because we see, like she said, this generation is crazy. Like, we've seen some off-the-wall stuff with these kids these days. And sometimes you just need your behind whoop.
And it's so sad. It's so scary, these kids these days. Because, baby, I'm so glad I don't got none because you hit these little kids, you don't even know if you're going to make it through the night. Ooh, not even that. These kids, their minds aren't, it's just too much.
Well, hopefully, don't do it again, kid, for sure.
Please.
And just, stay out of trouble. Do that.
Right.
Now let's get into all things love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriends Guide. So KeKe Palmer opened up on today, that's the show, okay, with Jenna and Chanel, and says she'll never live with her partner. Take a look.
One thing I need you to know is that I never want to live together.
You're so quick, and I take it personally. personally.
I like my alone time.
But is that real?
That's real.
Oh, wait, are you speaking as KeKe right
I'm
now?
speaking as the KeKe.
Not the
Okay, girl. I honestly, I just feel like, Whoopi Goldberg said it best once. She was like, I don't want nobody in my house.
Yeah. Wait,
And I just feel that.
Time out. You're for real right now.
I'm
She's
serious.
So what about,
Marry even. One thing I
Wow. I mean, I like my alone time. Like, I like to live with someone, but I do need my space where I can be by myself and I'm not interrupted.
I highly
Don't
agree.
talk to me. You don't have to talk to me, but you could be in the house. I do like that.
Yeah.
But to not live with the partner at all,
Well, she said we can live on the same estate. We could.
Oh.
She just get your own little house, or you can get a house in the back.
Oh,
And
okay.
she said she want to. Basically, I see that she want to keep it fun because she said I want to feel like, dang, I'm going to my man's house and he clean. So maybe she's just bored right now, and maybe she's just thinking about like the fun of living separate.
No,
Maybe.
man.
she said even
No.
married. She's like,
Even
no.
married?
That's
I
what
know
she said.
someone that was married that lived in a separate house than their husband,
Yeah.
and she loved it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But as for me and mine,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be laid up every night. So
Yeah.
we gonna be where we gonna be in the house
Yeah.
together. I'm all for time and separation. You do you. Sometimes I do me. We
Yeah.
have our alone time and go out with our friends and whatever. But at the end of the day,
Yes.
So they going in with you.
in that bed, hello, hello.
I mean, especially if you're married. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not understanding what's the point. Like, you didn't even have to get married. Why'd you even do it? Like,
I hope I can be when I get married. I can have a big house, so therefore
Plenty
he
room.
could have his little side over there.
man cave.
Yeah, but you can sleep over here most of the time. But go over there.
Most of the time.
Like, don't be trying to be on me every day. Go over there. You aggravating.
I like to be in the skin. You know, you don't have
Me
some time,
too.
but we gonna be right here.
I'm saying that because, but if it was
That's
Chris
right
Brown,
there,
baby,
yeah, I'll
right
put you-
here, Chris Brown, every night. It was Chris Brown. It's all right.
You know what? I think this probably comes from the fact that for so long, so many women, as we're getting older, we can't find good partners, or maybe we're not a good partner that the situation may be. And so then you're single for so long, and then by the time you do want to date, you're used to all of these habits that you've created on your own, and then 9 times out of 10 you don't want to change them. So then it's easy just to have separate spaces. I don't necessarily agree with it, or it's not something that I would want to implement in my life, because like you said, then I want to be in your skin, okay, when it's time.
Hello.
And I also feel like, we've seen a lot of couples, or maybe know of some older couples who have like the separate bedroom thing. And I feel like that's kind of like once the relationship has phased out and we're kind of just, staying together for whatever reason, or it's just, convenient.
Yeah.
But I know I get it too, because, KeKe has been on, multiple sides of the spectrum, like she said before. We heard her say a couple years ago that, she was like really modest living, and she still kind of lives modestly.
Yeah.
And then we know that she's so busy, she's constantly on the go, she's booked all over the place. So, in that aspect, maybe she could also be saying low key that if my man is not doing all of what I'm doing, which we see, she just had a baby, the daddy ain't had much going on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be touring the world, baby, and you're sitting over here at my house. You need to have you somewhere to be, and when we come together, we together. But while I'm going to get that check, you're not gonna be over here drinking my kids' Capri Sun.
Yeah. And
well,
then
maybe he's a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, he gonna stay at home, his home.
I wonder what he doing these days. We ain't
Girl.
heard nothing from him.
But now KeKe is she's in her 30s.
Yeah.
And usually you hear this, I'm told, from older women, right? But in their 30s and not wanting to be like with a partner
different.
in that way, what has happened to like the generations now?
it could be like different traumas. It could be different traumas because, for one, like, say, like, I don't know how KeKe grew up. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But say if you always had to share something with somebody, right? And you just really, sometimes you just hit it to where I want everything for myself. Like, I don't want to share nothing. I don't want to, because she said, I don't want a man messing up my bathroom.
She did
Like,
say
what if that's really like something that's an ick to her? Like, if she's coming in the bathroom, she's ready to get pretty or whatever, but then you have a toilet lifted up with pee on the side or something, and the toilet not flushed. Like, it could seem so small, especially to men.
Yeah.
But that's something that could really ruin someone's whole entire day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then if you're constantly, because you could tell men all day, some men like, hey, please don't do that. They get an attitude, or they think like they don't really care, certain men.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what caused her to do that. I just know it'd be like different traumas, and people could just be had enough.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any thoughts on that?
That goes to another thing.
Okay.
What works for you works for you. So I'm not gonna judge her if KeKe want her separate house and have her man and husband. That's KeKe.
Yes.
But as for me and mine,
That's right.
We did hear Angela
with you,
Bassett
Danielle.
say that, I believe. Didn't Angela Bassett say her and her husband live in
think
separate
so.
houses?
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's something to research
It
and
ain't
find
for
out.
everybody.
Oh, it's not. No.
And then you get some people that get bored fast. Men and women.
Yes.
So some people that keep the spark between them because they have something to miss.
I need somebody to rub my feet on, baby.
Yeah. But you probably do get a few rubbed on, but go home. All right.
Oh my
Go
goodness.
home.
We're moving on to our final segment of the day. Let's get into unpopular opinions. As we have seen, several Black award shows have been canceled. And Boys to Men's Sean Stockman is speaking out. Some of you may agree or disagree, but he has some concerns about why they may not be around anymore. He says that promiscuous music is to blame for the decline of major Black award shows. Take a look.
This is my opinion. The BET Awards is gone. The Soul Train Awards is gone. Pretty much Source, Hip Hop Award, all of that. Because you almost know in an award show when a girl is singing and you know exactly when she's going to turn around and twerk.
You can predict it.
You can predict it. Here it comes. That's the problem. It went away from the music. And it's more about really just...
It's too sexual.
It's the imagery.
Now, I do not like to say anything off about Black culture. But I mean, he ain't lying.
Sean ain't said nothing wrong.
Okay, he ain't said nothing. I'm tired of seeing booty and popping stuff.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the breast all the way down here and showing all the way down. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of the violence because he didn't include that, but that has been part of it too.
The thing is, and I'm always run to the comments.
Okay.
And the comments were very interesting, but most people agreed with him. And it's not like back in his day, they didn't have some of this same kind of music. But in a longer clip, he mentioned that there was balance. We don't have balance anymore. Everything is drugs, sex, the body parts, what to do to get, it's all just all of that.
Yeah.
And there's no balance. Like, nobody's singing about love or just relationships. It's all sex, drugs, money, and that's it.
And that's it.
But I also believe that, even though I agree with what Sean is saying, this is the agenda. We heard, Dame was talking about it a little bit. We've heard so many other people with insight that, talk about the white agenda, with these A&Rs and what they want people to push, what the message is. We even heard Future say, talking about lean and all these other drugs that they don't even really be taking, but they're introducing it so much terminology, Flacco, whatever these things is. And next thing you know, everybody's doing it. They're on Molly because they heard it in a song, and now they want to be an astronaut and stay up all night and all of these things that these rappers really aren't talking about. But it's just to push murder, sex, and drugs.
The saddest thing is I used to be a music head, listen to everything, trap, R&B, whatever, the case may be. And, when I really sit now, even if they're not even saying nothing, if I just hear the beat, I can hear the beat that's a murderous beat. And I'm like, wow, the devil really is over all of this music. And it's sad because you can see, for instance, sorry, but Glorilla, when she came out, she was a regular girl, whatever she's talking about. But now she has, her whole look has changed.
Always does.
It's less clothes as possible, basically as if sex sells.
It does. That's the problem.
But that sucks though, because just for money, people are losing who they should be.
Yeah.
And then they'll realize it when they get older.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. There's so much more we can say. Before we go, here's a quote, because we're still celebrating Black History Month. Black culture is not just history, it's power, creativity, influence that shapes the world every single day.